After the unsettling events with patient 313, Dr. Howard Lorne resolved to keep his distance from asylum walls, until a call came from a crumbling high-rise on the edge of town. A young woman, trembling and wide-eyed, insisted her neighbor had been replaced by a stranger who refused to speak. Apartment 6B, she claimed, had been empty for years. Now someone lived there, and every night she heard him pacing the bare floorboards. Lorne arrived at 3 p.m. when the late afternoon sun slanted through grimy windows in the lobby. The air smelled of mildew and stale coffee. The carpet sprouted hair-thin weeds between frayed seams. He stepped into a rusted elevator that groaned upward, its single bulb flickering like a dying spark. On the 6th floor, the corridor stretched silent and pale, an endless twilight of peeling paint and whispered echoes. Apartment 6. B's door was scarred by chipped paint and a lock that turned with a squeal. Lorne knocked twice, then waited. From inside came a soft scuff of bare feet. The door cracked open and a woman stood there, clutching an old Polaroid to her chest. Her eyes, dark pools rimmed in red, fixed on him. "Thank you for coming," she said, voice barely above a wind whine. "I don't know who he is, but he's inside." Lorne tucked his notebook under his arm. "Tell me everything from the beginning." She led him across the narrow room, where sunlight spilled onto an empty floor. A single lamp glowed in the corner. The walls were stripped bare. "My neighbor moved out last month," she began. "We never really spoke, just waves in the hall. The day he left, I heard a crash. The next morning, his apartment was empty, door wide open. No furniture, no boxes, nothing." She held out the Polaroid, a grainy shot of a man in a dark overcoat standing exactly where her couch once was. "2 nights ago, I saw him through the peephole. He wasn't my neighbor. I've never seen him before, but when I asked, he just stood there, staring." Lorne examined the photograph. The man's face was hidden in shadow. Only the cold gleam of his watch caught the light. "Did you call the landlord?" She said no one's been assigned 6B in years. Her breath trembled. "Please, I don't want to be alone." Lorne slipped on a pair of lavender-scented gloves and approached the door. He pressed his ear to the cold metal. No footsteps, only a distant hum of traffic. He rotated the knob. It gave way. Inside, the apartment was immaculate. A lone desk, a folded sheet on the floor. The lamp cast a weak circle of light. The rest was swallowed in shadows. He stepped through, senses alert. The air felt unnaturally cool, as though the room exhaled frost. He ran a fingertip along the edge of the desk. No dust, no fingerprints. He knelt by the lamp and noted the brand, an expensive model sold only in specialty stores. Whoever this intruder was, they planned to stay. A soft shuffle behind him. He spun around, heart hammering. Nothing. The room remained empty. "Hello?" he called, voice echoing. No answer. He moved toward the window, where a threadbare curtain hung unmoved. Outside, the sky was fading to bruised gray. In the reflection, he saw her standing in the doorway. Relief washed over him. But when he turned, she wasn't there, only the lamp and the desk. A whisper curled at the edge of his ear. "You let her slip away." The words from patient 313's final confession. Lorne's breath caught, his spine chilled. He shook his head. This was a new case, unrelated. Yet somehow the echo clung. He found the Polaroid taped to the inside of the door. Now the man wore a hospital gown. Beneath the photograph, someone had scrawled, "Not who he appears." The ink was fresh, crimson bright. A faint click sounded. The lamp dimmed. Lorne crossed to the door and yanked it shut. The hallway was empty, its fluorescent light stuttering. Footsteps echoed overhead, though the stairwell was locked. He led the woman outside. She hugged her arms around herself, her skin a pale tremor. "Thank you," she whispered, eyes darting. "I don't know what happened in there." He offered a calm nod. "I'll look into it. You're safe tonight." As he walked back down the corridor, Lorne could feel the Polaroid burning in his pocket. He stopped at the stairwell window and peered into the empty stairwell. Concrete walls, no sign of movement. Yet, below, the door to 6B had changed. Its number was now 313, the digits freshly painted in black. Lorne stared, pulse racing. A shadow detached itself from the wall and slid across the floor, the outline of a man in a hospital gown. He vanished through the wall. Outside, the sky had darkened to slate. The woman's building stood silent against the dusk. Lorne pulled out the Polaroid one last time. This image, too, had changed. Now it showed his own reflection in that empty room, staring back with hollow eyes. He tucked it away and walked toward the elevator, mind reeling. A new case, yes, but the same darkness threading through every door he opened. And somewhere, patient 313 was still waiting. From the private case notes of Dr. Howard Lorne, Entry 2.